If you live in America, you may be consuming more salt than you realize. Let's talk about sources of sodium and what spices can flavor your food in a way that you enjoy. Sodium is not a villain. It's actually necessary for good health and is found naturally in many foods. For example, kosher salt, sea salt, and other natural salts provide beneficial minerals. However, sodium does not just come from the salt shaker. It is added to processed foods as a preservative and to enhance flavor. In fact, prepackaged, processed, and restaurant foods provide more than 70% of the sodium that Americans consume. Being mindful of sodium can be important since a high sodium diet is associated with high blood pressure, which over time can lead to serious health effects. A general rule of thumb is to consume less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day, although some people should consume even less. It's a good idea to consult your physician to find out the recommended amount of sodium for your specific situation. If your doctor recommends watching your sodium intake, pay attention to your intake of high sodium foods like frozen dinners, soup, canned vegetables, cold cuts and cured meats, poultry, cheeses, salted snacks, seasoning salts such as garlic, onion, and celery salts, and sauces such as steak sauce, barbecue, and soy sauce. If you notice that you're consuming a high level of sodium, consider these other sodium-reducing strategies. First, read labels. This will help you be aware of the foods you are consuming, and you can choose to purchase foods that are low in added sodium. When possible, buy fresh or frozen foods and skip canned foods or choose options that say no salt added. Next, stock your kitchen with a variety of spices, spice blends, and herbs. Use them to add flavor to your food instead of salt. Herbs and spices can enhance the flavor and nutritional value of food and can be paired with different foods to alter flavor and increase variety. Some spices and herbs are smoky and savory, others are a little sweet. Get creative and experiment with various herbs and spices to identify the flavor combinations you like most. Need some herb ideas? Try fresh basil with Italian and tomato-based dishes. Cilantro is great on tacos and salsa and in a variety of other Mexican dishes. Rosemary and thyme can be used to flavor lean meats, and mint is an energizing herb that can be infused in water for drinking. All of these herbs can be grown in your garden or purchased at your local grocery store and can be used fresh or dry. Feel free to adjust the amount of herbs used in your cooking to suit your taste. Although not exact, a rule of thumb for using various versions of herbs is that 1 tablespoon of fresh herbs is about equivalent to 1 teaspoon of crumbled dry herbs or 1/2 teaspoon of finely ground dried herbs. When it comes to spices and spice blends, a wide variety are readily available at the local grocery store. You can buy spices fresh, dried, whole, cracked, or ground. Whole spices do tend to be most aromatic and last longer since they are ground as you need them. If you are unsure if a spice is fresh, rub it between your fingers, then smell it. If the smell is gone, it's time to replace it. Regardless of what kind of spice you purchase, we suggest storing them in airtight containers away from light, moisture, and heat to ensure lasting flavor. The last strategy I have for you today is to look at the nutrition facts before ordering at a restaurant. A general rule of thumb is to keep sodium intake for the entire meal under 800 milligrams. When ordering, consider requesting that no salt be added to your food. Take time today to look at some of the food in your pantry, fridge, or freezer. Do any foods have more sodium than you realized? Let us know what you discover. I'm Heather from NuStart. Thanks for watching.